Hey, what up, y'all? It's me. Why you trying to hit the button before I do my damn intro? Trying to not let people know who the hell I am.
I didn't.
You was about to. I saw you figure. It's your girl from Little Boy, South Carolina. And ain't much of that commentary. Y'all already know it's the electric company fault. They needed to have something where these motherfuckers hit the ground. They turn themselves off. Y'all know all that, man. Let's get it.
We are here tonight because the National Weather Service has issued a warning it has never done before, what are called extreme red flag warnings tonight and right into tomorrow. And we saw it firsthand, the hurricane force wind gusts here fueling the flames, and the new fire tonight coming within 30 yards of the Reagan Presidential Library. It was before dawn. That fire broke out in Simi Valley, about 40 miles to the north of where we are tonight. The so-called Easy Fire, tripling in size in just 2 hours. The flames racing toward the Reagan Library, coming dangerously close. We were there as they worked feverishly to protect the perimeter of the library. Part of the fire line seen through the window, Air Force One inside. And then another fire east of here, mandatory evacuations tonight, including seniors, the air difficult to breathe. And just moments ago, take a look at this image, the Easy Fire jumping the 23 highway, firefighters coming dangerously close to the flames. It has been an extraordinary day here. The fires in the north, the Kincaid Fire, 77,000 acres, the Getty Fire here in Los Angeles. You can see how quickly it ripped through so many homes in these neighborhoods. And what we witnessed on the hills today leading to the Reagan Library. Tonight, the historic Santa Ana winds. The National Weather Service issuing its first ever extreme red flag warning. Winds not seen here in more than a decade. And we were there as firefighters worked to keep the flames from shooting up the hills in Simi Valley, coming within 30 yards of the Reagan Presidential Library. This newest fire, called the Easy Fire, erupting early this morning, north of Los Angeles. This fire has been moving very quickly and broke out in the middle of the night here in Simi Valley. They're trying to protect about 6,500 homes now. Was either destroyed or heavily damaged by the flames.
Firefighters in Southern California are battling to contain two new wildfires which started overnight. One of them was in San Bernardino. Residents were forced to evacuate the area as the powerful Santa Ana winds fueled the fire. At least 6 homes have already been destroyed. Chris Martinez is in San Bernardino, California with the very latest.
Flames sent smoke into the sky Thursday morning as California struggles with another day of wildfires.
This fire moves so fast and continues to have the potential to move so quickly.
Overnight, fire engulfed this home in San Bernardino as neighbors looked on.
I managed to put the hillside out around my backyard and keep my house from burning. I mean, I feel bad that others weren't able to do that, you know.
A mandatory evacuation order was in effect, but some residents refused to leave.
That's kind of the only reason we stayed. My son and my brother and I, just to fight it if this house ignited. And we did get the palm trees out, but once the roof caught on fire, it was just too much to control.
The hillside fire in San Bernardino is one of 2 new wildfires that exploded last night in Southern California.
It's getting busy.
Oh my gosh, it's getting busy. You guys
Fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds. Firefighters from different parts of California have been called in to help.
We're leapfrogging around, just trying to address as much as we can to try to keep it in check.
This is one of a number of homes the hillside fire tore through overnight, and you can see firefighters are still positioned throughout this neighborhood in case the fire flares up again. The new fires come a day after a wildfire in Simi Valley came dangerously close to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. The National Weather Service says the red flag conditions that sparked all these fires remain through this evening.
And Chris Martinez joins me now from San Bernardino. So, Chris, you where the hillside fire has been roaring since the early morning. What have you been seeing? What's going on there on the ground?
What's going on right now, Rena, are firefighters like the ones right here next to us. They're going around and they're mopping up any hot spot they can find. Right now they've been paying a lot of attention to this tree you've seen here because it's been smoldering. So they're going in this area and finding anything that looks like it could spark up again and doing their best to put it out. And that's because this is the fire that has destroyed this home and at least 5 others. They want to make sure this fire does not get a chance to reignite. And we do still have some winds here. They're not as strong as they were overnight, but they are still blowing here. They're going to stay that way likely until later on this afternoon or until the evening. So firefighters, Rena, are doing everything they can now to mitigate the danger going forward.
We know that evacuations were ordered as this fire was spreading, but how much damage are you actually seeing there firsthand?
Well, in this area where we are here, this is where the bulk of those homes were damaged and destroyed. And what happened is, if you look up here, you'll see the fire started up here in these hills, and it came right down here, pushed by the winds into this neighborhood. So this house is one of several right in this cul-de-sac area where we are that was either destroyed or heavily damaged by the flames. Now, once you get further in the neighborhood, you don't really see the signs of any damage. You don't really see the effects of the fire, because this is where firefighters were able to hold the line and stop the flames. But this section of this neighborhood here in San Bernardino got hit very hard.
So there's a red flag warning in the area, meaning that there's strong winds, dry conditions, warm temperatures. How are the crews trying to contain these? What lies ahead for them? And are they confident that they'll be able to contain it further?
So it really comes down to manpower. We have thousands of firefighters in the area, a lot of them pre-positioned in certain areas over the past few days where they knew that the winds would be hitting at their highest. At this point, what we have seen beyond the firefighters on the ground are a lot of firefighters in the air. This area was just being hit relentlessly with airdrops earlier this morning, and that made a big difference for the hillside fire. The good news is the forecast is shifting now, so we expect the winds to continue to die down throughout today, and forecasters don't see any of these heavy winds moving through the weekend or into next week. So hopefully, Rena, in the next couple of days, with the wind dying down, it's going to give firefighters a chance to really get the upper hand on all of the fires burning throughout the state.
We certainly know that they could use that extra help. Chris Martinez, I want to thank you very much for joining us.
Dawn on another California morning, and a new fire threatens another neighborhood.
Okay, we're going to keep this going right now.
Here are 3 reasons to start investing. 1, you're broke. 2, you want to grow the little money that you currently have. 3,
the damn camera. What the hell is wrong with you? This one?
Okay.
I said, is it this one?
That's the one that's running now. What?
Thank you, because them stupid ass questions. I'm telling you, is this the next fucking video? What do you mean, what? That ain't the one that's fucking up.
You didn't say that.
I'm trying
And
not
two
to.
other buildings. Fires are calling this the Hillside Fire. So firefighters are calling this the Hillside Fire. It broke out around 1:30 this morning in San Bernardino. Now, this fire grew to more than 200 acres. 1,300 people had to be evacuated. The cause is still under investigation. And gusts topped more than 70 miles per hour in Simi Valley as the Easy Fire ignited on Wednesday. It came within 30 yards of the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. In an update this morning, firefighters said it's now 1,743 acres and is 10% contained. No one was hurt. The cause of this fire is still under investigation. And the biggest fire burning in the state right now is the Kincaid Fire in Sonoma County. It's destroyed more than 76,000 acres and 141 homes. The good news is it's now 60% contained. More than 5,000 people are working this fire, some of them on 26-hour shifts. They haven't been home in days. There are utility crews coming from as far away as Louisiana to help out.
Hey, New York! With Cheap Caribbean, all-inclusive means more food. You're free to eat what...
All right, firefighters in Southern California are battling two new wildfires that broke out this morning. A wildfire in San Bernardino is growing fast and threatening buildings, and a fast-moving fire in Riverside County has already burned at least 2 homes. These are live pictures. Crews faced a major battle yesterday in Simi Valley, northwest of Los Angeles. The flames came dangerously close to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and to nearby neighborhoods. About 30,000 people were forced to evacuate. Carter Evans is in Moore Park, California. Carter, what do you see there?
Well, good morning. This pink fire retardant that you see here is really a big line of defense for these homes. There are still more than 1,000 firefighters working this fire, and these high winds, they're expected to continue until this evening.
Flames raged into the night, fueled by wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour. This fire in Simi Valley ignited just before dawn Wednesday, coming within feet of the Reagan Library, which houses memorabilia, including Air Force One.
This fire is raging right now. You can see the vortex of flames and smoke and wind blowing in our direction. Just imagine what it's like for firefighters to approach flames like that.
The fire quickly consumed this barn where volunteers help rescue animals trapped inside. One horse even seemed to turn back to lead other horses to safety. Despite an all-out assault, flames still managed to jump a freeway, forcing a nearby neighborhood to evacuate.
We put everything in the car, and I'm so glad we did, because by the time it jumped to 23 freeway, we only had seconds to get out.
Crews battled numerous fires throughout the day. Emergency personnel had to evacuate some patients on stretchers. The winds were powerful enough to knock over big rigs along this interstate, yet vigilant firefighters kept spot fires from exploding.
Spot fire, I missed you, buddy.
While we were talking to Captain Anthony Romero, a spot fire popped up right next to a fire engine.
Indicative of this fire's behavior, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, just like that. So what you got to maintain for us is this constant awareness that the fire is going to keep. We want to maintain our vigilance just because it is an active firefight.
Now, the cause of this fire has not yet been determined, but Southern California Edison, a utility, did say that it started near one of their power lines and it had not cut power at the time the fire started. Gail?
All right. Thank you very much, Carter Evans.
Please.
A new fire in San Bernardino County has destroyed 6 homes and 2 other buildings. Fires are calling.
Okay, now right now we have no sound on the stream here. What are we seeing here?
Just see it burning. They have no sound. Houses are burning. Trees are burning.
Oh my God! There we go to the obvious. Is what let you commentate. What are we seeing? What are they seeing? They commentate.
The devastation this fire has caused.
See, that made sense. It made sense. Because the streams, they go black sometimes, so I had to fast forward. That's what I was doing. And like I said earlier, that's a cool ass Halloween scene, ain't it?
Not to be a dick, but doesn't that look like a good Halloween scene?
Yes, it does.
And I told you that.
Damn, nigga, if that was a movie. Oh, shit, nigga, you saw that? Whole front, that's it.
Just fall down. It's collapse.
I'm the Adidas Zam. Have you been taking notes? No, because that paper blank as shit.
Damn, that is crazy.
How they gonna have a live stream without sound? Fuck.
Thanks. Because you can't tell if it's live or not. It's just sound. What are you doing? That's the last one? Well, then what you supposed to do? If that's the last one, what you supposed to do?
Subscribe.
Subscribe to who?
Subscribe to Charlotte, Carolina. So-and-so.
And we out this bitch, man. Stay cool. Like no.
Safe, be safe.
Be safe ain't cool either, because stay away from power lines. Don't dress up as demons, because they'll possess you. And don't eat candy unless you X-ray, because it got weed in it. And for all my weed smokers, you might want to do extra trick-or-treating this year. And I'm gone.
It stopped you already, boo.